Most would recognize this familiar face, and only because he was the recent education superintendent terminated at the beginning of the school closures. Luis Reyes was looked at by the Guam Education Policy Board as someone who couldn't provide an adequate learning environment for students. However, U.S. D.O.E Risk Management Team member Christine Jackson wrote in an email to Reyes just 2 weeks before his termination, quote, "Your leadership as superintendent seems to have been pivotal to establishing and maintaining the management stability needed to push GPSS in the right direction toward having its high-risk designation removed," unquote. In response, Board Chair Joseph Augustine says that Reyes only did good with the federal grants after placing Ag Santos as the lead in the division.
They were saving federal money. But what happened to our local money? $200 million. We're talking $20, $40 million. Yes, we will protect that. But do we say ignore the local funds? And that's the biggest question we have, is we weren't concerned ourselves with how we were protecting federal because we knew it was being protected. But what about our local money? Was that being protected? Or were they just promoting people, assigning people?
Board member Evangeline Cepeda, who is familiar with a lot of the procedures when it comes to federal money, adds that Reyes' termination was justified.
It wasn't a quick decision. It was something that was well thought out, and just based on the situation that was happening at the schools closing down and all the other factors, it was the only right thing to do. And I'll stand firm on that.
As the letter makes its way to U.S. D.O.E.'s Philip Maestri to prevent them from withholding federal funds, Governor spokesman Sean Gumatato disagrees with the recent decisions of the policy board.
Is stability and leadership. It's what they're asking for. It's what the people are asking for in terms of the accountability of the Guam Public School System. At this point, the credibility of the policy board and what they're doing has a lot of people asking questions, and this is pretty much why they're asking for a change.
Gumatato adds point blank, the proposed changes requested by Governor Felix Camacho for GPSS is something the board and the public should definitely support.
The policy board now, they're trying to deflect the blame away from some of this, but it's their policies and their actions that bring more attention to the problems that are facing our public school system and also to the attention of U.S. DOE. It's stable leadership. The policy board and the way they've done their business with the superintendent has done nothing to show that there's stable leadership in our community with our public school system.
Nick Delgado, Pacific News Center.